We're seeing some pretty exciting things today so far. And yes, XRP is in fact broken out at the time of filming this video. Now, I do have to say I like to exercise caution when we do this. There are probably going to be profit taking. There's probably going to be sell-offs as well. And it's a question of, do we have enough confidence to keep pushing the charts higher? This is coming off of some liquidations taking place. This is coming off of breakouts around the crypto space. And we're going to talk about a lot of these things in this video. I do want to highlight a few good pieces of news that have happened for XRP, as well as 4 AI projections to end the year for XRP. And I bet you guys are curious about how high it goes. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So I will say it's nice to see XRP finally breaking out after just continually beating its head on the ceiling in this big right angle broadening descending wedge that we've been building. We've been talking about this moment. We've been waiting for it to happen. And finally today, we're starting to see it take place. It's happening in terms of XRP dominance. It's happening in terms of the XRP chart itself. And really what is helping make this possible is a little bit of a short squeeze. So what is great to see about this is, one, we've needed a short squeeze for a while. We need to kind of warn the shorts that, hey, the bulls are on the tracks and they're coming towards you. But the great thing about this, again, is that up here, you can't see this right now because we have not been at these prices in a while for XRP, but there are still huge blocks of leverage above here that can actually add more fuel to this fire. Now, I do have to say, this is the highest price for XRP that we have seen since the 3rd week of May. Very, very exciting sign there. And again, it's a question of, do we have enough retail confidence to keep pushing things higher, to keep creating this further extension here? Now, something I wanted to show you guys here as well is we are currently testing this 50-day moving average on the BTC Dominance chart. I've talked about this in a couple other videos, and this is a big deal because we have seen some rejections here. We have seen shots back up to the trend, and I hope that doesn't happen. Hopefully retail finally gets their butts in gear and can agree that this is the push. This is where we can make our extension. And then we start to see us accelerate towards some better prices across the crypto market. Now, I do want to talk about something that I've not referenced in any other video, and this is this 20-week moving average. This is a big one. We have not tested this since all the way back in that 2nd week of May, and we've just kind of been floating very far away from this. BTC has been kind of running the show. Is this the moment where we finally get this extension and push to the downside? If so, last time we saw this in a big way was in November into December. That's when XRP went and did its huge, massive run. Are we going to see something like that again? Maybe, maybe not. Well, again, just have to be patient and wait. I'm not a fortune teller. I don't have a crystal ball, but signs are starting to align. USDT dominance is pushing a little bit of a breakout right now too, or a breakdown rather, meaning that, again, retail confidence might be just enough to start seeing some of that capital re-enter assets in the space. Now, just a couple things that you guys need to be aware of. Ripple has actually selected the Bank of New York Mellon to custody their US dollar reserves for RLUSD stablecoin. Our New York Mellon has been around for a very long period of time, so this isn't really surprising. And again, to see RLUSD get off the ground would be a huge, huge thing. And again, we're talking about the potential of tapping into other ecosystems. So cross-chain adoption would be a very big deal there. And obviously the global airline giant Emirates is to start accepting Bitcoin and crypto payments for flights. And XRP is reportedly on this list. And if you guys haven't paid attention, XRP adoption has been on the rise. It's in most pay rail systems now. It's even starting to enter ones here in the US now that we've gotten some of this clarity regarding the SEC Ripple v SEC case. So things are making major steps in the right direction. And guys, adoption can only help XRP move further onward and obviously upwards in terms of price, right? Now, that being said, there are actually 4 AI projections for how high XRP price can go here in 2025. And we, again, have a lot of things working in our favor, but I want to show you guys these. Now, ChatGPT actually laid out 3 scenarios, one being a conservative one, and this is actually $3.40. Obviously not very far up from where we're at currently. That's only about a 40% rise in terms of price, but this would actually match the yearly high. Obviously, there's questions about what the actual all-time high is, but there are more optimistic scenarios. In fact, they've said the optimistic scenario is $5 to $6, and the aggressive forecast puts the token at $10 to $15 by the end of 2025. Is this possible? Yes. Is this likely? On the fence about that. I think that there's still huge potential in this market cycle. for XRP. I think we've talked about, $8 to $12 by the end of this cycle. And, now it's again a question of, do we get a super cycle? How much adoption does XRP get here in the US? Do we see more businesses come online? Do we see Ripple starting to, again, replace Swift with XRP? I mean, all those things are frankly on the table right now. So the price scenario for this year can be pretty wild. All right. It could be a pretty wide range. And that's not to be non-committal. Just understand that there are a lot of wheels in motion right now when it comes to XRP and XRP Ledger. Now, Google Gemini's had a similar idea in mind, saying that a realistic high could be in the $5 to $10 range, more getting in line with what we were talking about. Perplexity, also in that $5 to $10 club as well. Now, Grok had a slightly more specific and was the only one that said XRP can finish the year lower than its current price tag. I don't think that's the case at all. I think we're going to be well into adoption. I think there's going to be an XRP spot ETF approval, which I didn't talk about in this video, but they're saying somewhere between $1.80 and $5.81. They said the most likely peak will come somewhere between $3 and $4.50. Grok tends to be more on the conservative side when it comes to price from what I've found. But again, love to see this day taking place. Hopefully it continues. Hopefully we can build into a good week. I want to remind everybody that obviously Brad Garlinghouse was speaking today in front of, I can't remember what advisory board in Congress it is. We talk about so many things. They all start to blend together, but that will have happened by the time this video comes out. But we obviously have next week, which is crypto week. A lot of big things taking place, some potential, more fuel for this fire. But I appreciate you guys as always. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.